Hello everybody, welcome back to Mindful Monday, and today we're going to talk about mindful reflections. And the first way I would like to talk about is when we get a journal and we start to use the journal for mindful reflection on a daily basis. Now you can do this first thing in the morning, or you can do it in the evening before you sleep. It's totally down to the person. For me personally, I like to practice reflection in the evening time. And I also like to follow that up by a weekly reflection. So at the end of my week, I will go through my daily reflections and I will see what has come up repeatedly. Is there something I'm after need to learn from this week's reflection, or is there something that I need to change? So the reason I'm speaking about reflections today is because I really think it's valid for our mental health and our own well-being. Also, if we have a future goal that we want to achieve. So when we practice mindful reflections and we write every evening, we basically don't judge what we're writing and we try to just write mindfully. So we can start by asking ourselves some questions. That's how I usually would do it. How am I feeling right now? And I will reflect on how I'm feeling, whether that's a good feeling or a not so good feeling, or a sad feeling, we'll say, or a happy feeling. It makes no difference. I just write mindfully and stay in the present moment of what I'm feeling right now. I also ask myself questions like how my day went for me, how do I feel I could have improved my day, what parts of my day was the best parts to my day. And through doing this daily, we start to notice the things that we are happy doing in our day, and we start to notice the things that we're not so happy about in our day. And of course, we're going to have the days where everything has changed, where we're going to be faced either with a challenge or we do something new, and we also get to reflect on that. And I think really the beauty in reflections is all about the days that we do practice something new or we get a different challenge in our lives. And we really get to see how we're feeling about that and how comfortable we are in our own bodies and how we are processing what we've just experienced. So really, reflections of the day is all about experiencing the emotion in the present moment and releasing the emotions from earlier that day. If I'm getting this across clearly, that's the way I want to explain it. So, for example, say if something terrible has happened in your day, you were faced with some challenge, and all day long that challenge has overwhelmed you and taken over your day. When we start to become more mindful and try to become more aware of our breath by using breath work or just trying to get into the present moment, we always practice moving away from what just happened. We acknowledge what happened, we recognize our emotion in that moment, but we also realize when we start reflecting in the evening that we can move out of that emotion. The point of power is in our own hands. We don't have to sit in the challenge that we were facing earlier in the day, especially if it's over and done with. We don't have to continue to feel the way we were feeling. So by asking ourselves how are we feeling, and by experiencing each emotion in the present moment, we are in a way releasing that emotion in a healthy way, So it's very important, I think, to always reflect on how you're feeling right now. It's a good way of asking yourself if you're still feeling the way you were, we'll say, when you had the challenging moment. And if you are, then that is the moment where you sit with yourself. You choose a time when you do your reflections, a quiet time, maybe just before bed, or in the evening, or in the morning if it suits you better. Maybe you want to do a reflection of yesterday, but I really do find that the best time to do reflections is at the end of each day, for me personally. But I'm sure for lots of people out there, they may do their reflections first thing in the morning, and there's no harm even maybe doing both if you have the time. But what I find is when I reflect in the evening, I can see the same things that crop up, especially because our minds are always overthinking. And it allows me to slow down and to really internalize how I'm feeling and what emotions I need to let go of. So after I do my reflections, and then that is when I will do some breath work or I will do a body scan, and I set the intention to release all the unwanted emotions and that I have experienced earlier in the day. If I still feel that I haven't cleared it on my own, that's when I set the intention to feel more in touch, to become more aware of what I'm feeling right now. So I set an intention like, I want to feel in the present moment right now. How can I feel in the present moment right now? So I'll start to breathe and I'll start to do my body scan. And then that resets me for the following day. So it's like you're resetting yourself mentally, physically, emotionally for the following day, for a fresh slate and a fresh start. Also, when we reflect our emotions of the day, sometimes we'll have amazing emotions to reflect about. And this is a great way in the evening to realize how lucky you are, how grateful you can be for all the amazing things that happen in our lives. And I know for myself, because I have children, I see many amazing things that they do during the day, and I see them reaching new milestones. So there's always something interesting to write about. And it's the same, I'm sure, for people who are working. If they do something amazing in their work, or you have an amazing day with your partner, you know, these are all the things to write about, because it's really nice at the end of the week, like I said earlier in the video, that when we go back over our reflections for the week, we see all the amazing things that's happened, and then we don't focus so much on the challenges. And the thing is, the more things you write down that you're grateful for, which is so important, I forgot to mention, I always follow it up with all the things that I'm grateful for, the more clarity I have to be able to deal with the challenge that is at hand, or I have been presented with. And if there's an ongoing challenge, I'm much more inclined to approach it in a calm and clear way, we'll say, and I can better ground my emotions and realize that all the feelings that I'm feeling are completely natural, and that I can just take a deep breath and relax into the moment. So I hope that this video is helpful to people out there, and I know that many people, the most, we'll say, prominent time that most people will do reflections is on New Year's Eve. And this is something I wanted to mention also. Usually people will reflect on the year that they've had, but more than likely, mostly people will focus on what they want for the following year. And this is where daily reflection really, really is beneficial. So the reason I'm sharing this with you now is that I want to give you the chance and the experience to be able to start your reflections now. And so when you come to the end of 2017, you have the realization that many, even if we just start now, we'll say the month before, that all the amazing things that you have accomplished or you've experienced in your days and weeks. And then you'll be more clearly be able to see also what intentions you want to set for 2018. And then get yourself a list, we'll say on New Year's Eve or whenever, Christmas, whenever time you have the time to set your intentions. Maybe not even on New Year's Eve. I would definitely recommend doing it even a few days prior to that. And maybe on New Year's Eve or New Year's morning, whenever you have time, to go back over the reflections and the focuses or the things that you want to achieve, the intentions, sorry, not the focuses, the intentions that you have for 2018. And maybe put it on the front page of your mindful reflection journal, all the intentions that you have for 2018. So maybe it could be your diet, maybe you want to practice mindfulness more, maybe you want to try something new, maybe you want to get a new job, maybe you want to study something. It really depends on the person, on what they really want to change for 2018 and what intentions they want to set. So maybe getting a journal and writing that on the very first page, and then continuing to journal daily at the end of your day, your mindful reflection of the day, and see if you are moving towards the intentions that you have set for yourself. And then follow that up with a weekly reflection, as I spoke about earlier. It's amazing when we do it daily and we follow it up with a weekly reflection. We can really see all the things that are coming to light, that we need to change maybe, or the things that we are really thriving on and down to even myself here for this YouTube channel. Last year I set the intention to come out of my comfort zone a little bit more, to maybe put up more videos, and I think it's only really been in the past 5 months that I've started to start speaking more on YouTube and sitting down and talking about things that I really enjoy talking about. And I still have a lot to learn, but I still feel like I have accomplished something. I'm still taking the steps from the intentions that I set from last year, and I do this on a daily basis. I always ask myself, how can I make this day a little bit closer to what I intended? What is the one thing that I can do, to make my day feel like that it has meaning? It could be something as simple as spending more time with my children, because I had so many things that I wanted that I intended for 2017. And one of those things was to spend more quality time with my children, to notice more, to become more in touch with how I was feeling myself, and to practice mindfulness more, and to share mindfulness on this channel. So these were some of the things that I wrote for myself during 2017. And I feel like that I have accomplished a lot of them. Now, as well, I'd like to say that there's many things you probably won't, you mightn't get to the whole list. But what you can do is you can always move that onto the next year. And you can write it even in a different colour, just to remind yourself, these are the things that I still have to do for myself, and I didn't get to do last year. And also you can look at them in another way. Maybe they're not things that you really want to do. So if there's things left over on your list, maybe reflect on those things and ask yourself the questions, why I didn't set that intention and achieve this goal, or maybe it doesn't suit your lifestyle right now, or maybe it's something you're just not interested in doing anymore. So reflection is really, really important. For me, it has worked wonders. And even the days I find it hard, I get overwhelmed, or if something happens that challenges me, I know that when I go to the page and I write it down, even more than speaking it sometimes, when I start to write, I feel like everything flows and I can see things much more clearly. So reflection really is an amazing practice. And if you wanted to enhance your mindfulness practice or your meditation practice, this is a great way to start, is by reflecting your day at the end of your day, and also at the end of your week. And if you follow that up also with a meditation, you will have amazing results. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you have not already. And I want to thank you all again for your presence. It really, really matters, and I truly enjoy all your comments. So please feel free to comment below and share with us now. Hold yourself accountable. Set some intentions for 2018. Maybe share one of your intentions with us that you would like to accomplish for 2018, as little as being more grateful, or just to make more friends or connect with new people. Maybe it's getting a new job, maybe it's to practice mindfulness, maybe it's to clean your diet. It doesn't matter what it is. If you feel that by writing it down in the comments below it's going to help you to set that intention for 2018, please feel free to do so. And I would love to know what are your intentions for 2018, and I definitely will have a video coming up with some of the intentions I will be setting. So I will definitely be following this video up again closer to the new year. And please, share with us whatever it is you want to share, and we can all hold each other accountable. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm going to give you all a great big kiss, and bye for now.